Hello there, and welcome back to the English Quarters. This is Sir D, and I welcome you to another episode of Testing Blues, the English Exam Helper Series. Before we continue, I'd like to say that this series is really quite well received. Thank you so much for your support for this series. We will definitely keep up the good work and deliver the content you want and deserve. Really, I am at a loss for words. We'll do our best to make more episodes for you guys. Again, thank you. As always though, here are some reminders. If you find this video interesting, or if you love our content in general, please leave a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We're doing our best to make more content, so stay tuned. Follow us on social media too. For Facebook, that's at The English Quarters, and for Twitter, that's at English Quarters. If you missed the last episode, we got you covered. You can find that linked in the description box below. And yes, as always, here's our disclaimer. Testing Blues is designed to help you make use of your knowledge on various topics in English and your intuition to get the best answers from a given set of choices. This series is not an excuse for you to disregard reviewing for your exams, whatever those exams may be. We recognize the fact that it is quite important to study and achieve a certain degree of mastery over the English basics, so please do just that. Treat this series as a supplementary study guide. Alright, we're all good. With things out of the way, let's start. In this episode, we are going to discuss how to use affixes to your advantage. And yes, this technique can be utilized by everyone, but one can improve its effectiveness by having an expansive knowledge on English vocabulary. Anyway, let's have a review of what affixes are. I suggest you pause the video to read the examples that will appear on the screen. With that said, here we go. Affixes are bound morphemes that are attached to either the beginning or the end of the word. I hope you still remember your morphology lessons. In English, there are two main kinds of affixes: prefixes and suffixes. Prefixes are affixes placed at the beginning of the word, while suffixes are attached to the end of the word. There are also two varieties of suffixes: inflectional and derivational. Inflectional suffixes are suffixes that signal a change in tense, number, or degree of comparison. But for the most part, they do not change the part of speech and/or the meaning of the word. On the other hand, derivational suffixes are suffixes that can definitely change the part of speech and/or the meaning of the word. While it is advantageous to know the kind of affix a word has, this episode will focus on utilizing the meaning of the affixes attached to words to find the correct answer. Here's a list of common prefixes and suffixes that we see in words. Please feel free to pause the video to check them out. Alright, I think we successfully refreshed our memories. Let's start with this question. He unveiled the secrets of the shady corporation he worked for. Now everyone knows that the president of ABC Industries is corrupt and that he killed 3 of his employees last week. What is the meaning of the word unveiled? A. Removed. B. Revealed. C. Coated. Or D. Cleansed. This is a pretty unnerving question, so you get 10 seconds to answer. Remember that you can pause the video to give yourself more thinking time. Well, timer starts now. Okay, let's check. We can still use what we learned in the previous episodes to answer this question. The context clues are secrets, shady corporation, and the details that refer to the president of ABC Industries. We can fairly assume that these things were not known to the public before, so B is the right answer. As for the parts of speech technique though, all of the choices are verbs, so it's not going to be of much help in this one. But yes, as previously mentioned, we will make use of affixes in this episode. Let us look at the unfamiliar word, which is unveiled. There are two affixes attached to the root word, veil. A prefix, un, and a suffix, ed. The prefix un, which means not, is actually one of the best clues in the question. Unveiled then literally means not veiled. And we can note that the secrets are not veiled because everyone knows about the details. Therefore, if something is not veiled, it is already made known to people. So we get letter B, revealed. Quite interesting, right? Let's look at another question. Please restate what you said. I didn't hear it clearly. What is the meaning of the word restate? A. Fix, B. Build, C. Repeat, or D. Say? I think this is easier than the first one, so you get 5 seconds, okay? Okay. Timer starts now. Alright, let's check. Let's focus on the unknown word in this question, restate. Notice that the root word is state. The prefix re, which means again, is a major giveaway. Out of all the choices, which is something that one does again? Yes, that's letter C, repeat. Okay, let's go back to something I said earlier, that this technique can be more effective to those who have knowledge on vocabulary. If you know the meaning of the word state in this question, which is say, by the way, it makes finding the answer easier. Restate then basically means say again, and letter C is the only choice that literally means say again. Excellent! Let's do one last question. His seamless command of the language is apparent. He doesn't even stutter when he speaks. What is the meaning of the word seamless? A. Fluid, B. Dreadful, C. Faithless, or D. Funny? Alright, 10 seconds for this question. Timer starts now. Okay, let's check. We can take a hint from the fact that the person does not stutter. The person must be good at speaking then. But in what aspect of speaking is he good at? Let's look at the unfamiliar word, seamless. We see the suffix less, which means without. This is attached to the word seam, which means a stop or a gap. If the person does not stop or leave gaps when he speaks, he must be a fluid speaker. So we get A. One last thing before we go to takeaways. We can also use this affix technique if we are unfamiliar with any words in the choices. Let's take letter B, dreadful. The suffix full means full of or filled with. So dreadful technically means filled with or full of dread. If you are filled or full of dread, then you will probably stutter. So B is not the correct answer. Okay, that's a wrap. Here are some takeaways for episode number 3. Number 1, we can use the meaning of the affixes that are attached to words in order to know the meaning of an unfamiliar word in the question or in the choices. And number 2, the effectiveness of this technique is increased when the person using it has an expansive knowledge on English vocabulary. Once again, I'll leave you with some questions that you can work on. Be sure to use what we have learned so far to get to the answers. Answers will be given after 5 seconds. And yes, as always, feel free to pause the video to give yourself more thinking time. Best of luck! Congratulations! And thank you for finishing episode 3 of this series. So how about you? Did you find this episode interesting or helpful? Do you have any stories about making use of affixes to snag some bonus points? Let me know in the comment section below. And yes, if a friend of yours needs some tips on answering exams, I would appreciate it if you shared this video with them. Once again, please leave a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, especially if you find this video helpful, or if you just love what we do. More videos to come soon. Follow us on social media too. For Facebook, that's at The English Quarters, and for Twitter, that's at English Quarters. Again, this is Sir D. Padayon, English learners. God bless you.